Up, I'm live, and hopefully tonight goes according to plan, unlike Monday, because I'm going to try and play Satisfactory again. And in case you missed what I missed Monday and don't know what I'm talking about, the game didn't want to launch at the start of the stream. I kept getting this weird crash that seemed like it was related to like a mod loader or something, because it kept blaming different mods. It was weird. So I ended up doing Pokemon for a couple of hours, and of course at the end of that stream, Satisfactory launched just fine. So, yeah, hopefully it's cooperating tonight. There hasn't been a launcher update. I don't even know, there's probably been a mod or two that have updated, but nothing at the moment, certainly. So, yeah, more Satisfactory stuff. I want to get on with this aluminum factory and get to producing all the things so that I can get into Phase 9 sooner than not. I guess I should hit the play button before I move off of the screen, just to be sure. I don't see why it would be crashing right now. Yeah, we're good. We're good. It's loading into the menu. Alright. Nice to not have that to worry about. So I've done some things since the last time I streamed. And just to immediately start... Oh look, I crafted some things. We need to go get the aluminum. However, there's a container right here that just so happens to have 9,600 plates. Because, you know... Get rid of that. I wanted to deposit that, and that's an entire container's worth. Was that 9,600? Also, these are over here. They haven't been doing anything. I was going to be using these on Monday for the first time, and then... Yes, you're very noisy. Galaxy. And then the stream didn't end up happening, so I have to configure these. And yeah, they use iron rods, of all things. So I am going to link this one to Iron South. And I'm going to link this one. Did I say iron? I meant aluminum. Aluminium. AL. So these aren't technically the game's portals. They're a cheaper version of it. It's a mod. You can see, way cheaper. I haven't unlocked the portals, but I got tired of traveling back and forth between the other side of the map because it takes like 5 minutes. But they operate just like the vanilla portals, I believe. Teleporters, whatever. And so the reason why I'm doing this is because we're going through this one. And this is the teleporter animation. The vanilla ones are just too bloody expensive. I kept my momentum. Huh. Speedy thing goes in, speedy thing comes out, I guess. It's a small momentum boost from that. So these stack to 200, so... That should be 5,000. I was being quiet so I could mentally count. That's all full up, and that's why it's all going over here. All getting sunk eventually. This, again, is all temporary. Those ramps probably are temporary as well, but never mind that. All temporary because... Well, this is going to be the northern end of that factory, which we'll get to in just a minute. That's what the other portal was for. Nailed it. Damage to property detected. Alright, fair enough. There's no zip line over here. Also, you can see I finished tearing things down. If I zoom all the way out there, there is a power pole going off to that factory off the top there, but there's no concrete manufacturer back there. There's no copper sheets manufacturer over there. In fact, you can even see the node. And then all the factories along here, as well as over here, are all gone. They all went into there. Because I don't need them. There's that factory on the other side of the map, you know. One over here. So yeah, I don't need those factories anymore. Although I did find out through decommissioning all these factories that, oh, apparently I forgot to put some belts on the output of the containers to feed into a dimensional depot uploader. So that's good. I've also separated out all of these, as well as this little setup, which is handling power shard crafting. And that stuff over there, and this nonsense. It's all a mess, and this is just... Really, I should replace it with a couple of industrial storage containers, or just tear it all down now, because I shouldn't need that. Well, that's going to get torn down, as is that and that, eventually. Probably not on that one, but we'll see. So yeah, this is all on its own sub-network now, because... Let me put it this way. 26,800 megawatts of power. So, you can see, if I turn that on and I go over to a power pole that is on the main grid, look at that jump. Everything on this small grid is slooped. And most of it is overclocked as well, to some degree or another. So, yeah, we're not having that. That saves so much power. Again, from 60,000 consumption roughly, apparently, all the way down to 33,000 max. Now, obviously, nothing's going to be processing in this area if I don't set it up. There is a converter over there now, too far out of range. But I still wanted to disconnect it just so it wasn't connected to the grid at all. Especially those two. Jesus, those two. They require so much power. Anyway, I'm wasting time. I should be submitting this. There we go.
Milestone reached. After close scrutiny, 2 problems were identified in Mark V conveyor belts.
Only 2?
The first was the belt part, so force fields have been implemented in the Mark VI instead, to maximize transfer speeds.
Force fields.
The second problem is inefficient pioneers, but sadly no remedy is available for this severe impediment. Yet.
Rude. Look, I mean, you want to bitch about that, but those belts, these... Look at how thick they are. They're huge. That is a massive belt. And then look at Mark VI. By comparison, it's so much thinner. And yeah, I did inadvertently spoil myself on the recipe, for sure, but it was pretty obvious. Again, you were required to provide time crystals and fixite trigons. What are Mark 6? What are Mark 6 belts to use? Gee, I wonder. Fixite trigons and time crystals. What a surprise. And there's also, you know, this. So, yeah, no surprise there. I don't have any sort of factory set up to build these things, to manufacture them. Which is why that converter is over there. Because I needed it. And also... well, that's something else. Not heat sinks. I think it was this one. Yep. Dragons. 25 ingots to 150 trigons. That's not bad when you sloop it. For one sloop, it's fully overclocked, but still. It's a 6x multiplication. Yeah, screw you too, lizard doggo. I've still only got the 3 over here. Fortunately, this mod has been updated, the one that allows you to pick them up. I don't know if it makes them retain their names, because that wasn't a thing previously. But you can now put them down on foundations and such, which wasn't possible previously. Oh, right, I have that mod installed that... So, yeah, I have a mod that just allows me to immediately turn around and do this. No, this one. I finally got around to crafting some gas filters, and the other stuff was trivial. Yeah, it's good, Shaw, isn't it?
Milestone reached. The hazmat suit protects the wearer from radiation by consuming iodine-infused filters.
I still don't know
You
what
may
this is
find
about.
this protection essential if you are going to finally get around to saving humanity. I previously gave you compliments in an attempt to inspire you, but it might have given you the wrong idea. I will definitely be totally honest with you from this moment on.
Totally.
Here is a demonstration of a truthful compliment. That suit looks like it was made for you. Because it was.
Anyway. Yeah, that's a mod, Geeson. It doesn't require filters and some other things, which is why I wanted it. Yeah, Shaw, exactly. All of my doggos, they're not all the way across the map, but they're down right here. And to cart them over from here to there, I'd rather carry them. I've just yet to transfer the other 5. Yeah, I have a mod for that. By chance, were there any alternate recipes? Yeah, I didn't think so. I only need 4 of those. Anything else? No, I think we're good for the moment. I bought some new stuff in the shop as well. You'll see these half walls and stuff. I'm just slowly mousing over all of it to mark it all as seen because I don't have the mod that does that automatically, assuming it's even updated. I don't know if it was, though. If it was an Aquila mod, I guess it probably is. Also these. They're like the normal ramps and stairs and such, except it allows you to make some connections that you wouldn't normally be able to. Yeah, there's also a hover pack Mark II, which I'm not using because apparently that gets rid of this damping effect when you let go of the movement, so I don't know if that's the case. I don't really want that aspect of it. Looking forward to modular power suits. But yeah, through my totally not vanilla portals, I mean, they same model, but again, they're significantly cheaper. We are already here. Again, that's over here versus I was just up here. Look, if the teleporters weren't so stupidly expensive that they would be locked to like the last minutes of the story, then I would totally use them. But I'm used to teleporters that are available by the time you start getting into computers. So to only be getting this now, I could have gotten it sooner, but I was holding off. But yeah, no, they're a little cheap, admittedly. But until the regular teleporter mod that I have used in the past is updated, if it does get updated, then I don't care. Okay, so where were we on all this? The last time that I messed with any of this on stream... Was that Saturday? Might have been Saturday. Really, it wasn't last Monday. That was the last time I dealt with any of this, and great belt routing. So I don't remember exactly what's what. That's 67.963. don't even see that on this thing. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, no, I see it. This is steel cast plate, which I haven't set the outputs up for yet. That's the 104. Is that amount. That's 67. That's 351. Which goes to iron wire. Okay. Now I think on the other side... Okay, well I can immediately just start doing this, because these are all facing the wrong way for what I'm going to want. Suddenly the fog has gone away by moving out here. Okay. We come back over here. This is not Minecraft. I haven't even played Minecraft recently. And then we just set up a bunch of mergers going this way. I'm honestly tempted to buy the materials out of the Awesome Shop, using coupons, obviously, to get Mark 6 belts. Because, like, this, the rest of the iron, beyond what's being split off of that first one, is going towards iron pipes, which is 1,830 iron a minute. Kind of a lot. Oh. So, if I could just split that between Mark 6 belts where necessary instead of having a bunch of Mark 5 belts, that would kind of be nice, you know? $351, I don't even know, other than that's a Mark 1 belt. I don't know what I'd be working with. Alright. Well, times 2 at least. That's why it's a Mark 3. Well, no. Minus, what was that? That much, I believe? Yes? Really, this would have been that much. But then 2 goes there for another 65. And then that's the minus 67.963. Which is another Mark 1 belt. Yeah, it is there. Thought I didn't see a belt there for a second. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Minus 351.851. So that's literally 3 items per minute that's being sent that way. 3.5. Okay. I am going to grab my cheat sheet because it just makes things so much easier. Let's see, 65. So again, I've said this before, but I have an Excel spreadsheet that literally just has different values on it, and then it's just basically a giant multiplication table. But it works really well for tiering up belts because I do the thing where you tier them up as you go instead of just always using the top tier belt, or in this case, that, because that's what I have access to. So just add 3 and I'll know what to use. This would be 390, 455, plus 3.5, but am I going to be able to... Yes. 35, so this is 653.5, if I can remember what I'm doing here. I guess it doesn't really matter. Yep, that's what I wanted. That's about 653.5, which fits on a Mark V belt. Problem is, over here doesn't. What I'll do for this is I need... Where is it? I need 18 constructors. 18.3. So what I'll most likely do is I'll load balance them across 2 belts, and yeah, you know, honestly, let's just do this. When did I use screws? That's annoying. Fortunately, I do have this mod, so it'll quickly ramp up and ensure that I make plenty in a fairly short period of time. Just make ample screws for a while and stop there because I think that's too much. Oh no, anyway. Awesome shop there. I want coupons and then parts. 5. Not that expensive.
Parts purchase confirmed. Promotion delayed by X times part value plus fix-it stock value.
Actually, no, I might as well just throw them in there. It's gonna be a minute before those get put in, so actually let me do that. The screws can wait. I want to get 50 of each uploaded, and then I'll worry about that. Alright, so... I'll do it this way. This power pole is somewhat inconvenient. So the reason for a smart splitter is because I want to default to going this way and then overflow that way. And yes, that is going to need to be a Mark II belt, because this is literally going to allow through 1.389 iron ingots per minute, because that's all I need going this way. That's going to go and make a coated iron plate with plastic. Why? I don't know. 389, 839. Not quite. So let's see. Don't need any of that. That's 71.45. which is an additional 6.45 off of that. Okay. So basically just doing this again. This would be 266 roughly, but still just within that belt. In the range of what it can do. 461. 650, 715. Now this would be 780, but again, 6 more than it should be. You can go in there. I assume that's full up? Yeah. Oh yeah, I just realized I got those 3 extra inventory slots now by finally researching the thing. I've not placed one yet, but here we go. Mark 6 belt. That's what it looks like. Isn't it fancy? So that's just over 780. 45, 910, 975, 1040, 1105, 1170. $1,830 items a minute. Would you look at that? Isn't it amazing how math can work? Just how it just works. Also, I can literally just do something like that, and yeah. Yeah, I don't want to build things into rock. Aren't mods great? And I could literally just send that. Like, that's... There. 169 by 31. I don't have the concrete I need for it, but it works. The only problem is, and thankfully Dimensional Depot exists, but yeah, that's 3,500. No, 2604 out of the 3,500 I have available. I'm just making my golden nuts fling around a little bit, as you do. You know what? Start from this end. Yeah, this mod is the Infinite Zoop mod. Sure, do that. That's going to empty out most of my concrete. Well, look at how fast it restores. Mind you, I'm only producing like 600 concrete a minute or something, but I'm uploading, what is it, 4K? No, not literally 4K. 2,160 items per minute. Because I've got 9 different uploaders, all feeding in at 240 per minute. Concrete is an item that you need a lot of. So I just have bulk storage. I didn't have that much initially on stream, but I added more containers so that I could have this much. Yeah, I just... Look, see? In the time that I've been talking about this, it's already full up. I'll run out of storage eventually and it won't be able to keep this full. But keep in mind, 2,000 items is only 4 stacks. So I've emptied it of almost 7 stacks, right? And so that 7 stacks will be refilled at 600 items a minute across 6 different containers. As long as you've got some amount of buffer, you can really abuse the uploaders. There's also a mod that like quadruples how many items you can upload, so you get like a total of 960 items per minute off of one instead of 240, but I'm not using that. Let's work on this one over here. That's a light. So that's 351, which is iron wire, 28 constructors. My mouse just cut out. Love it. Yeah, sure. I'll fill that in as I need it. So I think the constructors will run this way, and I can leave plenty of space over here for whatever else. Again, these power towers are just here for me, so that I can fly. Reason being that I can't bring this factory online at the moment, because my power generation is such that, okay, I'm making almost 70,000 megawatts. 45,000 of that, because don't forget the power boost, 45,000 megawatts of that is going to be going offline at some point, and so that's going to drop down significantly as a result. And you can see it wavering a whole bunch because of the geothermal gens. But as a reminder, I built that factory here, the power gen. Well, you might notice there's a station here. There's also one up here. That's nitrogen. I don't know how well it'll work, but honestly, this is the sort of levels of power that I'm just not going to really care if it works 100%, as long as it's working like at least 80% efficiency. It doesn't matter. I'm going to be good for a little while at the very least. But, so yeah, there's the building there. I finished that. Well, I finished the stuff inside of it, but I've not rerouted things yet because... Or sorry, not that one, this one. I finished the little building here, and, well, it's actually, the station is over the building. But the problem is I have 48 generators here. I'm going to need another 298 generators fully overclocked. No, sorry, 297 fully overclocked, one overclocked to 150%. In order to convert over to rocket fuel, which is pretty much going to use all of this area and then some across multiple stories. It's going to be a lot of generators. But if it were to work at 100% efficiency, the generators alone, never mind the power boost, the generators alone would be making over 200,000 megawatts, so yeah. Do I care if it doesn't run perfectly efficiently? No, I don't. As long as it works well enough, that'll be enough power for now, and I can eventually get into nuclear and do shit with that, and I don't care. Also, that's a lot of power requirements for a nuke. Did I say power? I meant item. Either way. But yeah, I am slowly running out of summer sloops as well. I got some back. And I already went through a full stack of concrete. Look, see, it's just uploading. Okay, so, blueprints. Nice to see that these went to the bottom along with this. I made a blender nitro fuel blueprint. Let's see, where do I want these? Hey, Kiosk. If I put them about here, I think that should be good. Yeah, that should be good. Yeah, I want to vertically stack them. I'll build out to 16. I don't need 16. Do they place at the right distance? It would be really helpful if they did. It looks like it. They're aligned. I'm slightly building off of things, but that's fine. because none of that is staying anyway. Just like that. And of course, yeah, I've got that mod that allows you to one-click build buildings, but... yeah. I've got lots of open space here, why would I not utilize it, you know? Okay, so this is going to be iron pipes. No, this is going to be iron wire. Did I actually paste this? Yes. Or copy it, what I should say. I'm just spamming paste to ensure that everything gets it pasted. And hitting an extra button in G, which I don't think did anything at that moment. So yeah, everything should be pasted. Now to fill in these belts. Do I really only need 28? No, I need 28.148. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it over here. I'm not gonna be able to throw my power shards back in. Damn it. There. One at 14.81. 8.1. Yeah, just 8.1. I'm gonna split it between the two, because I can. Alright, those are good. They're right at the start of the line, so that's fine. Alright, so this is 12.5, 25. Once again, I'm just going to use my cheater sheet, but I need to adjust it to be 25, which I only had to scroll for. How nice. 5, 100. I realistically didn't need to, but I didn't have to think about it, you know? I just had to run it. And there we go. That is iron wire production, just like that. I'm not doing anything with it as of yet, but we can fix that real quick. How much iron wire am I producing? 500 or so. A little over 500. Power tower getting in the way as usual. Oh, that's a surprise. Oop, don't hold control. Yeah, this is definitely a point where I miss smart. As good as blueprints are, because I didn't include the mergers in the blueprint. Thank you. It does take a minute to get all this done. Let's see, 22.5. But slightly more, because if it's... yeah, I'll just add 2 mentally, and that'll be sufficient. then reset and go all the way over here, do it again. Not even looking at the game, it's just in my peripheral as I'm looking at the spreadsheet. That's that. Aside from power connection, that would work immediately. And then this wire is bidding, really? Is being split off between stators and stitched iron plates. Which, hey, there's plates this way. How convenient. Actually, there's even maybe a situation here where I might want to send some of these off this way. Let's see, 45, 90, 135, 180, 225, 247, 5, 270. Surprised it's letting me reach that far. So this would be 270. I need 266 to go to stitched iron plates. So this would be this much. Plus 24. Is that much? Then what I want is one of these that basically... So I want 266, right? So what I want then is no, I think that's what I want, but whoops. There we go. Because I want to get the amount that this will produce. This whole sequence here. I want to get that, and then subtract out what I need so I know what to reject, and then I actually want to subtract that from here so I know how much is being sent this way. So I want 17.5 to go this way, but then I want the remainder, 5, to go this way. No, this is a none. I guess in reality I could have also done it such that, like, okay, I know that I don't want 5 from here, so force 5 to only go this way, and then that can be open, but it works either way. Honestly, it's nice that it works out to such a nice number. Alright, now to redraw these. Fortunately, there's no power tower in the way, so... nice and quick. Not 45. Still above that. Above that. And then that never needs to leave there. And then the rest can just go that way to merge in with that side, and that can wrap around to deal with stators. Because they're being made with the iron pipes. What am I using steel for? Steel rods, which is not this. These are steel plates. The outputs are being sent this way. Okay. There's really no need to do it, Kiosk. But it doesn't hurt to do it so long as you get the tier of the belt right. It's just something I like to do. There's really no benefit or disadvantage to it, because as long as you're not using too low of a belt, it's not going to restrict anything. So yeah, it's simply a choice, like you said. Steel rods is 8 constructors. I could easily fit them in here. Just go highest tier you can build. Yeah, and that's perfectly fine. There is nothing wrong with that building style, just like there's nothing wrong with my tiered belt, so it's all a personal choice. Do what works best for you. So it doesn't make a damn bit of a difference otherwise. That is so unnecessary. Was it you? I don't know. Was it you even, maybe? There's a small dead zone here. There. No, there's not. Small dead zone? I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, the only practical benefit, I guess, is that you get items moving more compactly, so visually it looks like you're saturating the belts closer to not, other beyond just like, you know, Mark 6 belt go burr, basically. Yeah, if only different tiered power poles expand the range. Yeah, kiosk, they're handy. I've actually got some in use. Down there. You can just about see them. I'm not crafting them at the moment, but that's what the awesome shop is for. Funny thing though, you mentioned the different tier power poles. There's a mod for that, but it's not been updated yet. You betcha though, as soon as that gets updated, if it does, I'm re-enabling it. Because yeah, being able to have different levels of ranges off of different sizes, because like realistically, a power line should be enough even if it's short range, but it isn't. We're in the future, so that thing should let me fly really far away from it, but it doesn't. Blueprints. Manifold, right. If I move this back, it'll be a bit tight, but I can absolutely fit it. Like that. I can always move this belt up if I want to. That, it actually oriented itself properly. Nah, there's enough room. So that's gonna be 88 per minute. Straight mode is amazing. Can't imagine this needs more than Mark 1 belts, though I should honestly verify before I go running all these belts. It's close. Not quite. Whoop, that's M. There we go. I want that much divided by 2 is nice. Right, that's what it was? 7916? Rounded. So let's just copy paste that over to there and then there. So 48, huh? I don't actually have a 48 entry. But it would be that much and then that much. Yeah. And that is definitely over. Okay. And that would be 195 and 160 rods. Oh, some of those rods are making screws. Wonderful. Rods go to modular frames alongside stitched iron plates. The plates require wire and plates, which I'm already making plates here. Those plates are making stitched iron plates and what the hell are you? Coated iron canisters. Okay. I just spread it out across 4, huh? How do I want to do this? I guess... if I was to do this, that'll be 100. That is more than enough. There's some funkiness going on there with how things are. You can blame this power tower being in the way for messing things up. I should be able to fix it fairly quickly. Yeah, those are Mark 1s. Are these actually properly... yeah, they are the proper speed. So fortunately, I can literally just, okay, maybe not that. Do that. Infinite nudge. Also a mod. And now it works perfectly fine with straight mode enabled. The bot said it's time for a break, but before I forget what I was doing, I want to do this real quick. So it's 50.972 times 2. Yes, 0.972 times 2. Minus 13.333 minus 57.222. Yes. 31.389. Okay. So I'm going to do the opposite to what I did before and send it off this way. And I'm going to take that 31.389 and put it here. And I'm going to set this to default to the left, nothing straight out, and overflow to the right. So 31.389 will go that way. The remaining roughly 15 will go this way and merge with this 50 to give about 65, which then will be split into 57 and 13, is that right? I mean, yes, it just doesn't feel right. 51 plus 15, basically. A little under 15. I mean, 60... It just doesn't feel like it's enough to me. You know what I mean? $70.555. So do that. Is it really that much? Is it 19? Am I being dumb? Yes? I am. That explains it. Yeah, okay. I was just being dumb. Basic math is some of the hardest math there is. I maintain that as somebody who has gone through high levels of calculus and physics and whatnot. Basic math can be the bane of your existence sometimes. I guess that didn't save. Good time to cut out, mouse. There we go. IFK scene. And we're on the rainy scene again. So yeah, I'm just going to take a few minutes to stand up, stretch, and get away from the computer for a little bit. During this time, I am going to run some ads. It's the only time during the stream that I run ads, prevents pre-rolls for next hour. And I don't actually know. I've mentioned this a number of times the past few weeks. I don't know that Twitch is doing 45-second pre-rolls anymore. The last time I got ads on a stream, it was only 30 seconds. So I don't know if that was because of previously run ads blocking some of the pre-rolls, or if they rolled back that change. Hopefully it's because they rolled it back, because yeah, 45 seconds of ads is terrible. But either way, gonna run ads now, so that the gameplay for the next hour will be completely ad-free, pre-roll and mid-roll free. Because nobody likes ads, so I'm only gonna run them purposefully, with very rare exceptions. But during a stream like this, only going to run them during these breaks so that you won't miss anything by, you know, because of the ads. So yeah, when I get back, we'll continue work on this factory. I'm actually feeling pretty good at the moment about it, so I'm not like the last time that I worked on it where I had to bail after an hour. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not burning out quite yet or anything, so I'm good to keep going with it. Probably because I know that the alternative is going to work on placing almost 300 fuel gens. Yeah, I don't want to do that at the moment. So anyway, plus I want to get this factory done. So yeah, anyway, BRB. Alrighty, I am back, and let's just get right back into it, shall we? The reason why I set my game to 30 FPS during the break is because it drops GPU utilization by around 50%. Maybe not always, but yeah, it cuts it a fair bit, and that just makes for a lot nicer of a situation when I'm not using the computer, you know, when I'm not playing the game. It just occurred to me, I'm not going to get anything from you, I need you. Yeah, you're not helpful. Really not helpful. There we go. You know, I would like the recipe, but whatever. It occurred to me during the break, I'm going to need... Oh yeah, what's the recipe for this? I mean, that doesn't look too bad, except I don't know how to make that. And, oh, that makes dark matter residue? Interesting. Hold on. So, fixonium requires plutonium waste and dark matter residue, which I get from making fixonium fuel rods. So that's... You get exactly enough for one... That's interesting. So you just make enough dark matter residue to initiate the initial craftings, and then you'll need a bit, because you need 2 for 1. If you do slooping, like if you were to sloop this, then it would be 1 to 1. I don't know why you'd want to sloop it. Plutonium waste is a thing, and then singularity cells I can't craft. Dark matter residue I can't craft because it requires this, which again I can't craft because that. And plutonium waste, I mean, in theory I can end up with it. But fixonium I can't craft. And excited photonic matter I also don't. Formed in the converter by inducing intense photon interactions through exposure to SAM in a high energy environment. But how do you do that? I don't know. Anyway. So, quartz requires coal. Yeah, okay. The hands are waving. Or are you quoting the thing again? Because I was thinking, I need quartz for this, but what if I don't need quartz and I instead just need SAM? Because reanimated SAM is literally just for SAM. But in order to do that, I need either bauxite or coal, both of which are rare resources. Now, admittedly, I'm only using 104 coal. I've got plenty of headroom on that front. How about bauxite? Yeah, I'm using 1,071, so maybe not so much. I think I'll just stick to quartz and not deal with that. Because, of course, when I made... Shadows. When I made the layout for this factory originally, I didn't have the converter unlocked. Is that the sun? I would hope so. It's very bright. Or is that the sun? A sun. Anyway. Yeah, let's continue merging that over that way, and then route you there, because that'll make more sense. You are again 31 point something, and yeah, that's definitely Mark II. And then the rest of these plates... Yes, it's just those three. Go to stitched iron plates, which... Hey, funny thing. A good chunk of the iron wire that I made earlier is also going to stitched iron plates. These are iron rods, though. Then, oh look, that's where the wire comes from. Binary system, blah blah blah. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Also, I think there was a message I got that I never ended up playing. I mean, there's been a number of messages that, you know that this.
You have finally built a portal. Perhaps now your progress won't be as slow. To ensure no further delays happen, I will give you some tips. A functional portal is two-way and requires one main and one satellite portal, each only connecting to the other. Establishing a portal connection will require input of singularity reactors, vast amounts of power, and some patience.
Yeah,
Before
no.
you continue, you could still change the placement of that one. It seems suboptimal.
Yeah, it's a little further from my base than it could be. Shut up. Because again, why am I green? What? Anyway. Yeah, my hub is there, and then the portals are right there. The gap could be smaller. I'm just trying to think about how I want to do this. So those iron rods are going to go with all of the iron plates? Reinforced iron plates? Yes. So making the iron plates around here actually makes sense. How many do I need? 7 assemblers? That's a fair amount. Yeah, that's enough for 4. That's 4. Well, some of it to feed in there. I'd have to move this forward just to give that a little bit of space to route back around. Could do that. But then I also need to yeah, not having the fog helps. Just keep that stocked up. And then I can go back to the right, except I want the right alt because that doesn't have the outputs. Now I need to move it in so that it's actually reasonably spaced. There we go. Now these... Is that really just... Yeah, okay. This isn't the right recipe, so it'll probably reset that on me. Yeah, this needs to be... stitched iron plates. No, it didn't reset it. Cool. There we go. 40 iron plates being made because that's 3.125 times 2. Times 2 plus... What is that? 5.625 times 6? I'm good. Yep. Math checks out. It's all Mark 1 belts. The inputs are not Mark 1 belts. Believe it or not. This is also Mark 3. That can just ramp its way up. And then 133 divided by 2 is that. And 270 divided by 2 basically is more math than I want to do. 135, it's still a Mark 3. Is that where I have it? Yes. That's not an equal number of steps, is it? I'll fix that. Even though it literally doesn't matter. Let's see. 7. Please allow me to right click. Right there. Now it looks like it's supported. Okay. So the wire's going to be coming in on top, that makes sense. And it's basically 75 after 2. It's not quite there, but I think that should be good. So what's 37.5 times 3? 112.5? Yeah. It's less than that, so it's fine. $18.75 after 3 would be that, so considering that that's only 10, you can take an additional 8 off of the 4th, and yeah, it's fine. It's fine. 133 divided by 2 is that much, minus 18 is, yeah. Immediately down to 1. Alright. So that's that. These iron rods are, again, being split between screws and modular frames. Modular frames are coming out of this and them. And we'll probably go over here. Very inconvenient, you know? Shouldn't leave too much of a dead zone in the middle. And should keep them better out of the way. Modular frames is basically going to be 14 assemblers. Screws is going to be almost 20 constructors. Don't ask me why I'm... Oh, I know why I'm making screws from rods. Because steel rods. That's why. Over here. Goes into there. How do I want to do this? Yay, organically built Factories, they're a mess. The screws can just kind of be wherever because they're going off to I don't even know what. Copper rotors. So actually it's better if they're built over here. Like over this area. Because they can... These are copper sheets. Actually, where are the copper sheets going? Partially to copper rotors. Partially to coated iron canister, apparently? Yeah? Okay. But then some are also going to AI limiters and silicon circuit boards. Okay. Well. Fair enough. Sheets can be routed wherever. There's going to be a bus going between the different parts of the factory, so... Stuff will go this way, and some of that stuff will come this way, and, you know, things and stuff. It'll go where it needs to go. Okay, so now what do I want to do? I guess making the modular frames here won't hurt, so... Might have to place the mergers separately. Is this enough space? It should be. I just realized I might want to change this. This should be fine. Get left alt. As in the alternate layout of these that goes on the left side. That's 8. That goes there. Where are these modular frames going to make heavy encased frames? In theory, I can actually get heavy modular frames automated tonight. There we go. That bug still exists where the lines don't go away. I only need 14-ish, so I don't need the extra set. And on the very end of the line, we'll have this. So this is modular frames, just regular old modular frames, nothing special about them. Copy that over there, but these first two... Yeah, that makes sense. Copy that over to there. Just mash it. And I'm going to be making a whopping 26.667 modular frames a minute. I probably wanted to sloop the heavy modular frames, because I'm only making 10 and 5 of them are going towards used modular frames. Thank you, lag spikes. Don't get me wrong, autosave is a lot better than it used to be, but it can still be kind of annoying at times. How many pumps is that? 4? Yeah, that makes sense. Right there, and then that can run over there, and you will run over to there, not actually connected to that because it doesn't need to be. And then these will go up here. You'll see why in just a moment. The inputs going into this 40 and 160. All projects managed to be in the middle of a mountain perfectly when digging. Yeah, that's by design, is it not? What are you saying, Kiosk? You managed to meet perfectly in the middle with something? Is that what you're getting at? Guess I should decide on what order of things. Imagine a bunch of belts and it wasn't perfect. Well. Yeah, well, Kiosk, just think about it this way. It's a lot of math. I think I said that would still be Mark III, right? A lot of math to be able to line that up properly. I'd used the calculator for 9 plus 12 earlier. Like I said before the break, basic math is some of the hardest. So, for this is the iron rods, right? Yes. I want 195 to go off this way. Keep getting it briefly. There we go. $355 iron rods a minute. That's all I wanted. So you will be set to 195. And you are going to default to that way and send the overflow that way. At 160 per minute. And now you see why I wanted the extra space. And then this is a simple split just to get this working. Love it when things like that happen. Put a support there, and a support there. And then just make sure that this is right, so that's 20. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it the normal way. Because if I'm subtracting 4 off, no. 34, 36, 48, 60, 72, and 72. Except it's actually 68, but close enough. Because either way, that's going to be a Mark 1 belt, and that's a Mark 2 belt. So it doesn't really matter how I do it. Okay, so that's modular frames. Before I forget again, because I'm going to forget, and this is a great way of reminding myself what I'm doing here. This is 195 rods a minute for screws. I see those signs, I know somewhere that needs attention. Right, that's the biggest thing. Like, am I remembering to send things off properly? This is iron wire. Where does this iron wire go? Where am I making iron wire? Faders. I'm gonna do this just to really make it obvious that this is all for this. It's not even close to being centered, but I don't care. We're not going to really be seeing it much. That all goes off that way. That's the iron from over there with the iron pipes. And these are modular frames. The modular frames need to get combined with some of the iron pipes, which, okay, I guess I'll need to do that next. Oh, there's also the rest of the plates. Let me mark that off before I forget. Because again, if I leave signs for myself, it'll make it a lot easier for me to tell what's what. So this is plates. No. What I'm thinking is I'll probably just take these, route them on top of that, and send it that way. Since I'll want to send them somewhere else rather than have them over here. So yeah, I guess let's build the pipes. The iron pipes. Do I have these water hookups done? No. These aren't hooked in anywhere. That's... okay, that's why they were actually hooked up that way. That... there. Yeah, I should really work out the inputs, because this is kind of important. How much water am I going to need for pure iron? 724 a minute. I think I tried doing something back here last time I was on. Oh, right, it's very shallow, isn't it? There is actually a mod that adds like a screw jack type pump. And I don't have that mod. I probably should though. What is this, ping pong? Okay, so maybe we don't run it like that. Ah, kiosk, you always make those types of jokes. And yeah, that one was particularly bad. You should feel bad. I don't know how much water I'm going to need, necessarily, but it should be split evenly between the two sides. Right, so... 362. Because of course. Resources not deep enough? Really? Oh, but it's fine out here, but not... You've got to be shitting me, game. That does not look aligned to me. There we go. It was aligning to the center, I guess, but the output is slightly offset. In actuality, I probably want these. Order foundations when? Don't look too closely. Make sure I don't build more than necessary. Just gonna remove all of this area. What if I do that? That is not even close to being aligned. I wish you would just align properly. Alright, get rid of you because you're causing issues. Well, that's not gonna work. Nor is that. That's fine, I can just move those inward. Yeah, there's a lot of sound options that probably aren't even aware of, because why would you be aware of them? What if I did this? That works slightly better, height-wise. Touch. Still too close on that side. Something like that. I can place that like that, and that like that. And we can get rid of the horrible clipping now. And just run regular foundations through here. And then just a slight amount of clipping on the back side of the things. And actually, I don't even need these to be suspended, do I? Or maybe the way I do it. That and that. Just like that. That's 240, right? Annoyingly, that's only 360. I need, and conveniently, the pop-up is still open on the other display, despite the fact that my mouse is clearly over here. Also, clearly, I do not have the hover pack muted. Though I could very easily just... There. I don't mind it being there, but yeah, having it be a little bit quieter would be nice. No, that's still not aligned. It's aligned on this side. And yes, I'll need Mark II pipes there. A little bit more than necessary. Honestly, I should just make it like 85, make it as small of a difference. Because it only needs to be 362, so even like 183 would be sufficient. And there is plenty of head lift out of these extractors to just get them up that slight slope. It's 2 meters of rise, it's not that much. Okay, that should be overkill in terms of, like, where it needs to be run. Now it's just a matter of making sure all these connections are actually here, because I did the belts. I did not do... Thank you, mouse. Did not do the pipes. Okay, you can see I did the belts. Mark 5, whoops. Mark 5, Mark 4, Mark 3. You're seeing Mark 1 flash on the screen because of the left. Mark 3, Mark 2, Mark 1. Only barely gets to Mark 1. And of course, technically at this point, I don't actually need these belts to be the way that they are. I could just merge them back here and make it into a Mark 6 belt, but I'm not going to use Mark 6 belts more than necessary. Honestly. It's just not necessary. If I can get away without using them, then why would I? Why would I use them? Okay, so iron pipes. Only needs 18 constructors. Not that much. This is so dumb. It's temporary. Not a permanent setup. That much is temporary. So for the pipes, I need 18 point some constructors. So again, I'll just overclock that. Rid of you for the moment. Again, I want to run the Mark 6 belts as little as possible. 8, 16, 20. And then that. Belts can be so tricky to get sometimes. Yeah. Blame that on the autosave lag spike. Steel pipes. Well, iron pipes. Oh, right. I just remembered. I don't want that. I want this. Because otherwise I'm not going to be able to make this work. Even with Mark 6 belts, that's just a bit too much. They're coming in through there, so yeah, I'll do it. Where is it? Logistics. It's under logistics. Modular load balancer. Again, in line with that. Leave it to... right there. Put another one there. Bring you into there, and then do that. So balancing the 600 and the 900... No, I think it's literally like... what would this be? 65 times... Let me just make sure that I'm only getting refineries. $11.77. It's nearing very close to the maximum for the belt. Because remember, this is producing 72.8, but I'm splitting off 1.3, so it's more like 71.5 or something. Very close to the limit of the Mark 6 belt, but it's fine. And of course, I'm going to do 233.3334 divided by 2. So that I can get that. Paste you over to there and to here, except take that out. Copy that, and then go crazy pasting it. So these will be a little higher just to take off the extra 30 or so. Which doesn't seem right to me. Oh, because I was looking at the wrong one, wasn't I? Yeah. Because if it's 1830 in, then it shouldn't be it shouldn't be like 116, it should be 115 exactly. Alright, well, every input's gonna need to be Mark II, so this is gonna be fun. Bot's a little late on the break message, it seems. Hey, Callie. Since Kofi bot did its post, and the bot's nowhere to be found. Tell me the bot's not having... There it is. Okay, good. Having fun? Yeah. Fun until autosave becomes a nuisance, but it's okay. It only happens every 5 minutes. Yeah, and that's a Mark II belt already. Alright, so these are 100, right? So it's going to be 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. Where did I get thrown off? Something's not right. I left one too many. Set up. There we go. Okay, so let's do that again real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 915 each. Yeah, those really look different compared to normal, don't they? Because they're using force fields or some nonsense. Alright. Time for a break. Nah, it's close. Go into options, set the frame rate to 30. I'm only doing this to reduce the frame rate while I'm on break so that it's less load on the GPU. And 1, 2... I guess we're getting the same background. Why not just have the fast belts anywhere? Well, first and foremost, the fastest belts I have access to, I don't have the resources to make. Like, I literally bought some stuff out of the Awesome Shop, and that's it. I don't have them being produced yet, so I can't use the absolute fastest belts, but the other reason is I just like to scale it down. Like I said to Kiosk earlier, there's no difference between using the fastest belts everywhere and scaling it down as you go for what the speeds are. There's no functional difference. It's just a visual difference, essentially. Granted, if you've got a long span, items will get across areas faster, but again, you're not really changing the throughput in the end. Like, if you're only moving 20 items a minute, you'll still be moving 20 items a minute, just slower. You go faster to go faster, what other reason do you need? I don't know. It's just the way I like to do it in Satisfactory. Anyway, yeah. Time for another break. Gonna take a few minutes, stand up, stretch, get away from the computer. During this time, I am going to run some ads. It's the only time during the stream that I run ads, besides the beginning and end. Just prevents pre-rolls for the next hour, which is good because, well, nobody likes ads, and by running ads now, it ensures that the gameplay for the next hour is completely ad-free. Also, it seems like Twitch's thing is not working. I just noticed that. The black text on the bottom. Error 503, backend unavailable, connection timeout. Good job, Twitch! Don't worry, that's just the ridiculous sub goal that I didn't unset after September, so you're not missing much. Anyway, when I come back, we'll continue building this out, and hopefully get up to heavy modular frames being crafted. Because in theory, all I need to do for that, beyond that, is finish up iron pipes, which is the outputs. Set up about 8 assemblers for encased industrial pipes, which will require routing concrete over here, but then I can set up, what, 2 manufacturers overclocked in order to get the heavy modular frames I want. So, again, none of this is crafting because I can't really add more to the power grid at the moment without risking knocking stuff offline that I don't want to knock offline when I go to upgrade the power plant, but I don't know. Look, 300 more fuel gens, can you blame me? Anyway, BRB. Alrighty, I am back, and apparently all that thing needed was a refresh, though no guarantee that would have worked a few minutes ago. Either way, let's get back to the game and continue working on this factory. Whoops. There we go. So, yeah, we were just working on outputs for this. Yeah, that one was gifted. Alright, how much do these output? 25? Annoyingly, it's nighttime at the moment. It's kind of dark, and you did that, didn't you? That's good. Yeah, unfortunately, if I point at the thing, it's very finicky as to doing it, so it's more reliable to do it that way. But it's a pain in the ass. There's only a 3, not quite 4 difference, yeah. I'm making not quite 400 per minute. That I didn't do right. Ah, I see. I'm sending more up that way. Or 57.5. Is that really so? Or 57.5. Was it 8.5? Yes. Oh, 0.75. There we go. Okay, so that's what it needs to be. So yeah, 228.75 is not helpful because I need 200 for encased industrial pipe. I need 120 for heavy encased frame, and then I need another 137.5 for stators. So might as well make those over here. Although I'm going to need to rerun one of the runs, so it doesn't really matter how I build this. Is that sufficient? Probably, and then we get into the fog over here. I'm gonna overclock the ones in the middle. Yeah, this is 116.66. Yeah, this is the one that I needed that on. And I want this to be encased industrial pipe. And just splitting it down the middle ensures that it's nicely balanced. And the reason why I deleted all of those is because I want to put them on top. Yep. That's definitely where I meant to put that. To be fair, I didn't have anywhere else to put it, so... Of course that happened. Can be a bit finicky sometimes. Okay. Smart splitter. Probably want to go out like that with it. So if that's 220 something, this can just be a Mark 1 belt. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this to a limiter. And make that, what's it say? Drop table users. That to 200. Because that's what's going there, and then the rest can get funneled off to the left. I think I know my multiplication tables a little bit, but just so I'm not forgetting them. These are the ones that are slightly up, so that's 28 for 2 of them. Additional 4, so that's 100, that's 128, and then it should just be marked 3s the rest of the way. And then the concrete is similar, 20, 40, 60. But then after this, it's actually not 28, 23, 60, 80, 100, over 120, and that's all that matters. Yeah, look, I have this nice little corridor back here to sneak belts through. A little, occupied at the moment by other things, but that's fine. Probably do this, right? I'm going to send all of the concrete over this way, and guess where the concrete is? I haven't touched the output on the copper at all. Concrete is all the way over here. Which is a whopping 240 a minute. 80 plus 80 plus 80. It's nice when things work out neatly like that. Sure, right to there, and it doesn't clip into the ground or anything, so it's fine as it is. You gonna cooperate? No. Fine, I'll just take it off of straight mode, then it'll cooperate. Because straight mode is good like that sometimes. You know, I didn't consider that. Fair enough. There we go. Now it aligns. There. This over this way. And something like this. Right, that already is a smart splitter, isn't it? It's also not aligned with this belt. There we go. It's going to be 166, so I do want it this way. Oh, actually. And that also means that I don't need this. Feed it into there. Make sure it's actually where it should be, I guess. Let's remove that and redraw it so that it's not doing the wrong thing, perhaps. I think it was right, but better safe than sorry. That's gonna require the concrete. The rest of the concrete is only 73, so it only needs to be a Mark II. But I need to put one of these on here. And this will be that many. So defaults that way, overflows that way. And then I've also got this here. And then you are that, except you're that. Okay. That's there, and that goes to there, and then that'll work itself out nicely, and then this is not silica. This is... I didn't fix it for the rest of it. I guess I just missed hitting that one. Okay, the encased industrial beams goes with the remainder, well, some of the remainder of the steel pipes, the modular frames from the other side, and the concrete that's right over there, and goes and makes heavy modular frames, which... let's just build it manually. Because the inputs are going to be ridiculous. Actually, if I move it forward a little bit. Might be able to do something interesting with this. Well, I'm not too surprised by that, honestly. Feed these in like that. And is it a bit silly? Perhaps. Do I care? No. So this is going to be heavy encased frame. And, oh look. Some of that stuff got returned to my inventory. These are going to be... Well, let me put it this way. That. Tell me something I don't know. I mean, wait, what? Was it that? Hearing Satisfactory, no voice, stream was muted, and your game was in the background. Good job. Is that really right? Yes. Because that's the 10 that I need. However, at the cost of most of my summer sloops, at least that's what it feels like, yoink, and yoink. No mic derps, though I can't honestly see OBS at the moment, so... Yeah, no mic derps. I mean, obviously, if you can hear what I'm saying. Okay, so that goes there. All these encased industrial beams, literally all of them. All 33.3 of them. 24 plus 32 plus 0.6667 times 2. Yep. All 33.3 repeating of them are going here. Those autosave stutters. So very annoying. Maybe a little bit too jittery for some people's liking when I do it like that, but... I get it done quick, don't I? Really? Fine, we'll move it over here. That will probably do a little bit better. Yeah, don't tell me you can't do that one, because that's a load of nonsense if so. I'm gonna deconstruct that. Oh, look at that! I've got slightly more of that than I normally have. Anyway, that needs to be a Mark II, and then that needs to be a Mark II, and that gets split out evenly. Because the concrete is a little bit more than that. Steel pipe is 200. Wait, really? Could be 100. No, it's 120. I'm being dumb. I mean, literally, I could just do that until it snaps to there. Yeah, okay. Move it back, and it snaps. $120 plus 137.5 is definitely under 270. As usual, overflow it. Actually, I don't even need that. Just Mark II belt. Mark II belt by itself is enough of a limiter. Concrete's in, the beams are in, the pipes are in. It's the modular frames from the other side that are not in. Put one there. Again, those modular frames only go to the encased frames, so we're good on that. You don't need to exist anymore. And I don't think I left a sign over there. Nope. This is the modular frames. Okay. It's so much for so little. It's 26.667 modular frames a minute. All from these assemblers right here. Really not a lot, is it? See if this will do what I want it to. It did! Yay! It cooperated. Bring this forward a little bit of where I normally would so that I can bring it across normally. Yeah, if I can extend it to there, then that's fine. To see any closer and it starts getting unhappy. Okay. Yes, there's a sign in the way at the moment. The sign is temporary, though, so once that's gone, it won't be an issue. Yeah, good enough for the time being. It's like the power poles. They're temporary. Power towers. They're temporary. They'll get deleted once I don't need them to fly around. See, if I tried to extend that much further, it wouldn't go the distance. Fewer belt segments. Nothing is as permanent as a temporary build. I mean, you can say that, but the factory that's way up the coast that you definitely cannot see all the way up that ways, that had these power poles all over it, and they're gone. I'm not saying that you're wrong, I'm just saying, like, these are legitimately temporary. Because I don't want that in my factory. Alright. And then you will be making 20 per minute. I think that's more than I honestly intended on making, but I'm gonna complain. After all, I have to keep it equally balanced, otherwise things get a little messy, and I don't want that. So right here, I will have that. So a smart splitter there and a smart splitter there. And the reason is simple. With this, it will be I could put 5 per minute, but I'm lazy. So that will literally be restricted to 5 per minute, because that's all I need to go off to used modular frames, which is a long ways off at this point. But then this, that's gonna go that way and then overflow this way. And then that's going to default to going that way, and it's going to overflow this way, and in front of here will be an awesome sink. Except it's a small sink, because, like, look, I could have that, or I could have this. Okay, that's a fluid awesome sink, but, like, you know? Why would I want that? Why? That is just... I mean, okay, yeah, I could just not do photo mode. Nope, UI's broken. I could just do this and get it down to basically the same size, but I can't place it because it's technically conflicting. Though do note, the belt hookup totally works. Even at that small scale, and the collision on it does work. Right. It's a little weird, but yeah. 129 coupons, not bad. What's with that? What's with that? Not because I built those. There should be a big spike after that regardless. You can go there, you can go there. Yeah, small sink. That will by default flow into there, and this will send 5 that away, and the rest will overflow this way. That way, it will always be sending what it needs for fused modular frames towards wherever that's going to be, and the rest will just overflow to here. And I can set this with a Mark III lift on it preemptively for heavy modular frames. Now, honestly, I really want to get this up and running because heavy modular frames are useful, and I don't have many left. Small problem. But I'm not going to do that because, again, the power grid, you can see consumption is around like 24,000, 25,000 megawatts right now. I'm going to take 45,000 out of that at some point. Temporarily, but still. You know, do the math. That's less than 25,000. Let me put it that way. So I am right on the border of that working out. So, yeah, and I do not want to have to reboot that factory, because I'll probably have to reboot it if I mess it up. Are there any signs that I've missed? Yeah, kiosk. I mean, that, again, that's exactly why I need to do this now, because I'm not anywhere near being at the maximum, but if I don't do this upgrade now, it's going to be overrunning it. I'm not making time crystals yet, though, obviously, or trigons. Soon. Maybe. But not yet. So I should have the remaining steel pipe over there somewhere. Oh yeah, I've not done the slide test on Mark 6 belts. I don't even have enough room to do it because they're so bloody fast. I was kind of expecting that. You ready to go flying? Whee! Into the water! Do I have to mash space for that? Just to be clear on how far that was. Give me a break. Where are you? Over 100 meters. Over 100 meters I got flung. Now, yeah, slide jump will still do a good chunk of that by itself, but dead zone no more. Yeah, they go fast. Go very fast. Oh yeah, kiosk. People have done that. You can absolutely belt boost into a hyper tube cannon. I wouldn't think it would be that far down, but okay. Yeah. Yep. And that's not needed anywhere. So there's the steel pipes. The concrete's spoken for. That all the way down there, but you can see I've got the sign. Am I more or less done with a good chunk of the iron products? I mean, yes, okay. Is this, but those iron plates, the 57, are going towards coated iron canisters, so they're gonna wrap around up that way. Along with the ingots that are on the other side, or coated iron plates. Because, you know, more plates. The 13 per minute is going towards, what is it going towards? Nitric acid. Because I need nitric acid for heat-fused frames. Along with aluminum and fuel. So this is the reinforced plates. They're only used for modular frames. The rods are be made with screws. Copper stuff I need to set up more thoroughly, because you can see, like, even the outputs on this I haven't done. And then there's Caterium, which I haven't even touched back that way. You can see the node right there. It with the wobbliness of the hands and such. It's so sensitive. Alright. Shift. No? That should shift it down slower. Damn mouse. Hey, static. Yeah, that node. I need to use that node for something at some point in the future. I also need to get the water set up for all the copper stuff. Sheets and ingots. I think everything else is dealt with, though. That's all for that. This is here. Poorly placed. You know what? Let me fix that. Yep, everything but what I want. I can place all that back where it belongs. Anything else in here that's out of place? No, surprisingly. Right, because these just use oscillators. Okay, and just 144 of each. Not great. Not great. Not terrible, though. Alright, well, I'm not going to get started on anything right now. We're within like 15 minutes of the normal end time, so I'm just going to wrap it up. That's a good amount of progress, because remember, these machines were here, and all the refineries were here, and that's it. Not quite 3 hours to do that, all of that, those two, this cluster, and all of those. Which, yeah, when you look at it, isn't that much, but considering I'm having to look at this mess of a diagram and then figure out how I want to do it on the fly and sort all that out, not bad. It's coming together. Oh, and I had to sort out the piping for that and the outputs, and that's what takes a long time, honestly, is getting all the outputs and the inputs sorted on everything. lets that through. It let it through. Okay. Fair enough. Actually went through. What do you want me to say to that? Thanks for redeeming points to say that on stream, I guess? I don't know. That's an empty thing because I didn't have Mark 6 belts at the time. Yeah, what do you want me to say? Yes? Anyway, yeah. I had a silly idea. I don't have the space for it, really. But I'll piss off. Okay, that was disappointing. I want my stuff back. That's what I said when I first went through it, Chaos, because I noticed that I maintained my momentum on the other side. Speedy thing goes in, speedy thing comes out. Whee! Yes. Did you see me there? You actually do keep your momentum. Just reset that. And I'm gonna fling those back in there. So I have 400 power shards in there. Oh dear. I only have 905 power shards after tonight. That's barely enough for what I need for all of the generators. Portal into portal. I mean, I would assume not, but I'm not setting that up to test it because portals are a bit of a pain in the ass. I guess you could. I just had an idea. Actually, I just had an even sillier idea. Because I was thinking what you could probably do is just one portal here, right? And then another one here, and just have them feed into each other. But then I remembered, I have mods. Anybody want to go just make an infinite falling portal setup? Good luck getting out. Yeah, no, that feels like a very bad idea. Which is why I won't do it. And yes, kiosk. I do. You think I have singularity cells at this point? I'm not even making time crystals or trigons. Yeah, let's see. I need 893 power shards. Okay, I have a little bit more. I have 909 power shards. So I have 16 more than I need. That's not good. Because, yeah. Alright, well. I'm just gonna restock my inventory. Only 20 pipes? Really? Not that many of those either. I was restocking on concrete a number of times, so that's all how it should be at least. No rubber. No quick wire needed either. And motors. Yay. Did I actually get the order right? Yes. It's almost like I've kept most of the same ingredients in my inventory across all my playthroughs. Just only connected to a battery so it eventually depowers. I mean, yeah. Yeah, that is an option. I still don't know why tier 9 or tier 6 isn't grayed out, because it should be. Not like there's anything else here. You know, that makes sense, there being one there. And if there was more, there should be a scroll bar, but there's not. So, I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on with that. There we go. Exit to desktop. My frame rate was under 70 there. Whatever reason, if you leave the mod manager open while you play for a number of hours, it seems to break, because it's telling me one of the mods isn't available, but I guarantee you if I close it and then relaunch it, it'll probably be fine. Yep, it's fine. I don't know why it breaks like that, but it does, and that's only something I've noticed on 1.0. I don't remember that ever happening on, well, updates 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. Not that I played 6 or 7 overly much, but still. Yeah. That's it for tonight. Let's see. Next stream is not going to be this. Not going to be this either. Or no, it is. No, it's not. Damn it. The next stream is going to be what the bot just posted there, the Satisfactory stream on the 26th, except it's the 25th instead of the 26th. I mean, the 26th will probably still happen, but at this point in time, we are not planning on doing a Seto this week. So, unless something changes before a reasonable hour on Friday, the plan is to most likely just do more Satisfactory. I want to get work done on this stuff. I'm gonna probably do some more tomorrow off stream. Maybe start tackling the generators and figuring out the routing for them, because that's going to be a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I need to get that power switch over done, the fuel switch over done, so that I have the power generation I need. I do have some battery backups at least, so it should be fine, but it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. So yeah, that'll be Friday night, because again, don't expect FNR. And then Saturday, probably more. So, yeah. More Satisfactory Friday and Saturday. Probably. I don't know. We'll see. Most likely Friday, though. Instead of FNR, because again, no FNR. So yeah, with that being said, that's it for the night. Do I want to run ads? Yeah, sure, why not? If you don't want to watch them, then leave. Seriously, like, you're not gonna miss anything. Appreciate it if you stick around, or at least until I shut up, but preferably the entire way. But if you're not a sub, then, you know, if you don't want to watch ads, leave. Simple as that. You're a sub. You don't really have a reason to leave other than just to close the tab and forget about it that much sooner, but yeah, I mean, it's ad revenue. It's not like it makes me much anyway. So do as you wish. Anyway, that's going to do it for me tonight. Thank you everyone for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Later.